Depravity, Chapter 3. The Violation. She stood beneath the water like it owed her something, scrubbing skin that wouldn't forget, rinsing memories that clung like blood beneath her fingernails. The day Mary Beth and I got kicked out of the hospital was intrusive. Fortunately for me, Paul had closed ties with the Metropolitan Police. No charges were put upon me. Mary Beth had to take a 30-day break and put me in charge of the deli. One particular day, as I smoked cocaine in Mary Beth's office, I left my shift early. I didn't care about that job. I opened my front door and witnessed loud crying, and Paul sitting on my living room couch eating a sandwich. "Paul, who's crying?" I asked. Don't know, don't care," Paul responded. "What is that god-awful smell?" I asked. "Don't know. I'm just ignoring it." I walked upstairs to the girls' room and saw Missy crying hysterically and struggling to break free from the cuffs. "Why is she crying, and what is that bad smell?" I asked the girls. "Please calm down, Missy." "It's going to be okay," Donna told Missy with tears forming in her eyes. Missy then started hyperventilating. Later on, I found out Missy suffered from a variety of mental health problems, including anxiety. Her panic attacks were so severe, she normally had to be rushed to the hospital. "Debelah, I have known this girl my whole life. She needs to be incurred and rushed to the emergency room," Tamikia said, crying. "It stinks in here because you haven't bathed us in over a month," Eileen said. Paul walked in, and I immediately went towards him and whispered in his ear, "Quit your whining, Missy. You're coming with us." Paul sighed. As Paul began to uncuff Missy, she punched him in the face, then pushed me on the ground and ran out the house. "I'm free. I'm free," Missy cried out. The angels must have been on my side that day because no one heard Missy, and there were no witnesses. Paul quickly grabbed her by the throat and threw her on the couch, punching her. "You stupid bitch," Paul yelled repeatedly. As I stood and watched Paul attack Missy and seeing her bloody face, I began to have a flashback to the day my mom caught my dad and I in the moment. An hour passed since Sunday service at church ended. My mom was helping the pastor with administrative work. When she walked the hallway to use the restroom, she heard soft moaning in an unoccupied office room. My dad was on top on me moaning while I was laying on a desk. "Oh, baby, you're so tight. You're so much better than your mom," Dad said. My mom slapped the door open, which sucked because my dad was in the middle of an orgasm. We didn't hear her scream, but we both looked up when she slapped her hand on the wall. My dad and I just started at her butt-ass naked. My mom had her hands over her mouth. "Honey, I can explain," my dad said, walking towards my mom. My mom didn't say one word during the entire dell. She slapped my dad, and before I knew it, police officers were dragging my dad out of the church. The pastor looked puzzled, and my mom's face was unreadable. Later that night, as my mom and I drove from the police station, she began to ask me a bunch of questions that went unanswered. "How long has he been hurting you? What words did he tell you while he was violating you? Did you like it?" My mom became angry once she realized I was ignoring her and pulled the car over in the middle of the road and began punching me. "You stupid bitch!" my mom yelled repeatedly. "You're the reason Tamika will grow up without a father." Drive-by cars noticed my mom's abuse, but either ignored it or just honked their horns. After my flashback, I pushed Paul to the side and began punching Missy myself, knocking her out. "Come on, let's move her to the basement bathroom shower," I told Paul. Missy began to wake up an hour later. "Wake your catastrophic up," Paul yelled, holding his camera. Missy's eyes opened wide as she stood up in the shower, completely nude. I turned on the shower handle and cold water poured all over Missy. Ah, what the fuck is wrong with you? Missy yelled. You are going to take a shower and we are going to record it, I told Missy. Missy struggled to get her body into the icy cold water, but she eventually does and begins cleaning herself. Wash those tiny boobs of yours, Paul said. Missy began to wash her boobs, while Paul and I degraded her. The both of us giggled, while Missy stood there crying. Now spread your legs and clean down there, Paul demanded. Please let me go. I'm having an anxiety attack, Missy cried. Do it, Paul yelled. Missy spread her legs open and began washing herself. After her torturous shower, I tied Missy to the shower chair and left her there for the remainder of the night. Don't leave me down here, Missy yelled as I turned off the bathroom lights and locked the door. Paul and I went back up to the living room where we laughed and joked around. So what do you plan on doing with this footage? Paul asked me. Well, Eileen's mother Helena is a real pain in the ass. I hatched a plan to frame her for the disappearances of the so-called Yorkville Four, I replied. You know, Deb, I love the way you think. Paul smiled. The two of us looked into each other's brown eyes. Paul laid on the couch where made love for the third time that day. But the third time was different. The condom broke, and next thing I knew I was pregnant.